Welcome to the Sports Circus. I'm your ringmaster Sal. Today's show is brought to you by Place Your Bet. If you like betting sports games, the NFL, the NBA, maybe even the National Hockey League and college football, and you're looking for a real bettor's edge on the sports book, call Place Your Bet right now at 702-799-9935 and subscribe. Place Your Bet uses money movement to determine its picks, just like the odds makers. In fact, they're the guys the casino don't want you to know about. Call Place Your Bet right now, 702-799-9935, 702-799-9935. Again, 702-799-9935. Call them right now and subscribe, or visit them at placeyourbet.vegas. Get winners and cash tickets today with Place Your Bets. And a big welcome to everybody listening in on iHeartRadio, Spotify, and our CBS, NBC, and Fox Sports affiliates from coast to coast. And those watching us on Hotel Television and AMP TV, we have a very special guest that you can see right here. Go ahead and tell everybody who you are.
My name is Brian Killingsworth. I'm the Chief Marketing Officer of the Vegas Golden Knights.
All right. All right, take care of my money over there. That's right. As a season ticket holder, thanks for coming in, man.
Hey, thanks for having me, Sal.
All right, looking all sharp. I look like a one-man slum next to you.
Well, you got the best digs here. You got tigers on the wall. It's the circus. So.
Tigers on the. You're right. That's hilarious. All right, so as the Chief Marketing Officer for the Vegas Golden Knights, what does that mean to everybody that's out in the community? What do you do for the community first?
You know, it's really my responsibility to market and promote the team as best as possible and to bridge the gap between fans and the team. And so everything I do is really fixated on how we bring the team closer to the fans and the community. And a lot of that entails social media, digital, advertising, events, entertainment, analytics. So everything is centered around how we really present ourselves to the fans.
Okay, so as you let's talk about the analytics for a second, right? And for all those people that don't know how that translates, just say the average Joe that goes to 3 hockey games a year, and only because we have a homegrown team here, of course, a big round of applause for that. We have our own homegrown team here, no transplants. And what does that mean to the average Joe out there?
Well, analytics is a common thread with our organization. We have on the hockey side, we have an incredibly smart group that really analyzes at the player level from a perspective of scouting and player development. They use analytics when they evaluate free agents. But on the business side, we use analytics a little bit differently. We use analytics, everything from TV ratings. We look into decisions that are made. We really let the data that we have on our season ticket members drive our decisions. And so we've got a fully built out analytics group that's looking at that every day and how to become better.
Okay, so what about, let me ask you this. What about the idea of geo-targeting? Do you do any of that?
We do. We do a lot in and around T-Mobile Arena, and so we geo-fence T-Mobile Arena for different things, and it's how we really target our messaging to season ticket members in the Las Vegas community.
Okay, and what is geo-targeting for those, again, that don't know what that means?
Geo-targeting is really looking at a particular area in terms of advertising reach and really creating a radius around that. So if you want to geo-target fans that are coming into T-Mobile Arena, that's one way to hit them. You can hit them with a push message either on their phone from a mobile perspective, or hit them with an email. But you're basically looking at a targeted, segmented area that you really try to reach people.
Okay, and so that actually applies to basically everybody here in town, which is great because, look, this whole city has been behind the Vegas Golden Knights since they were even announced. And the idea of, look, we know that Joe is nearby, so maybe we're going to send Joe some kind of reminder. Hey, Joe, maybe there's a practice or something, some kind of cool event for the team that you can attend, right?
Yeah, no, that's exactly it. I mean, that's definitely simplifying it from a perspective of an advertising buy. You know, when we look at our audience, we look at different segmentation in terms of male, female, demographic, and in the local database in terms of how we look at partnering with fans from that perspective. We do something called lookalike modeling, where we take our season ticket members and what their profiles look like, and then try to find other new fans that way from a lookalike modeling perspective.
So will you join those fans together? You'll group them together and say, hey, Joe, maybe Bill over here, or maybe Mary over here, you have something in common. Will you create a forum for them?
That's probably next step. And so from our perspective, it's first aggregating all of that info and finding out detailed information about each consumer that we have, and then look at what are some of the common traits. Like, what are their favorite restaurants? What are the radio stations they listen to? What are the TV stations they listen to? So you can find the like-minded behavior.
Right. And I'm asking you this because there's a lot of people out there that don't realize that information now is actually worth more than gold per ounce.
Absolutely.
Isn't that crazy?
It's true. I
But
mean,
it is
information's
true.
everything. It really is. It makes us smarter, and it makes us better at how we market to our fans.
Yeah, very much so. So what is the typical business day for the chief marketing officer of a company like this?
What's great is no 2 days are alike. And so it depends on time of year. Right now, we're in the thick of the preseason. Team's 4-0, really performing well. We're really proud of the fact that we're actually one of, I think, the only teams that are over capacity for each of our preseason games, which is an incredible testament to the community. They look at our preseason games just like other markets look at regular season games. So the atmosphere, you won't see any drop in the atmosphere, the energy at our games during the preseason. And so we're really excited about that. We're counting down the days to October 2nd, which is our home opener in the regular season. That's against the Sharks. And so we're getting things ready to launch from a retail perspective, from a concessions perspective, from an operational perspective. Everything's geared towards that October 2nd date.
Right, and I can tell you just from a fan side and as a season ticket holder, going to the preseason games, there is no difference.
Yeah.
There isn't. It's playoff environment for a preseason game, which is complete lunacy. For the first 5 years in Anaheim, I was the season ticket holder over there, and I couldn't give my tickets away. The preseason games, there was 10% of the stadium there.
Yeah.
It was an awful experience. And so I said, geez, what am I going to do? Am I going to sit through 45 games a season, right? 41 regular, 4 preseason.
Yeah.
So I'm like, no, I'm going to split them up with a couple of friends, whatever. But I'll tell you, now the environment draws you in. You want to go to all those games. And for those people, if you haven't been to a Vegas Golden Knights game, you're really missing out. And I tell you as a fan, and not because I've got this guy over here, Big Boss, next to me. No, but the idea is, look, it really is a great environment. If you've never even been to a hockey game, that's one thing. But playoff hockey is something entirely different. And this is playoff hockey in the preseason.
It really is. It's absolutely incredible. I've never seen a fan base get behind a team like this. They do make a difference in the home ice advantage, and it's our players notice it. They feed off of it. Max Pacioretty had a hat trick last preseason game, and fans are throwing their hats, and it's a preseason game, and they're going nuts. It's crazy.
For a preseason game, that's unbelievable. Folks, you're going to have to get out there. Listen, we're going to be back here in a few minutes on the Sports Circus. We have a lot more to come with Big Boss over here. Who are you again?
Brian Killingsworth.
That's the
Vegas
guy.
Golden Knights.
We do have an audio clip of something going down in the television booth right now. That's ridiculous. Look at him go. Lenny, what the heck's going on, man?
Oh, boy. Now, that would be something that's happening right now. 2 grown adults, ladies and gentlemen. That's what it was supposed to be. How about the Detroit Anchors of baseball get involved in a physical altercation? Will not be returning Sal in 2019 because Mario Impemba and Rod Allen, the dynamic duo, or as we should say, dummies, that cover the Detroit Tigers for Fox Sports Detroit, will not return for the following year's season, weeks after the two were involved in a physical altercation with each other.
Oh, man, that's hilarious.
And that's even reminiscent of it. People often say, so Lenny, why in the world is Sal over there in Vegas and you're broadcasting from SoCal? Because that would happen.
Exactly.
Like
we were
that.
in the same building. You know damn well every day. It's the same thing over and over.
I'll tell you what, though, the biggest loss of all of this is actually Mario Impemba. He was in his final year of $500,000 a year, Sal. And then next year, he was up to be getting a raise, a 4-year contract raise of over $600,000 a year. Look at that.
That's ridiculous.
That's a lot of money to throw away.
Oh, man, that's ridiculous. I'm sorry, man. I'm having too much fun with this.
Yes.
I mean, look at all that money they're losing, but more importantly, all they did was they put Detroit. I mean, look, Detroit is already kind of in the toilet as far as people's desire to go for vacation. I mean, who goes to Detroit for vacation? I don't know anybody that does. But, I mean, it's not really a destination that people go out of their way to go to. They kind of get stuck there. And so maybe it was that Mario Impemba and Rod Allen felt stuck there and they just had enough. You know, that's it's just what happens when you're in the same booth in a crappy city. It is what it is. And, you know, hey, if we have listeners in Detroit, folks, you know that city's crappy too. It's nothing personal. It is what it is. But honestly, Lenny, I believe that these two guys probably should get their own skit on like Saturday Night Live or something, where they could really make some money and make up for the losses from their income. What do you think?
No, I think that would be a good Saturday Night Live skit altogether. Just having two guys that are in the booth for a while and maybe they're like arguing behind the scenes, like, I can't wait till this sack of bleep gets out of here. And then all of a sudden, you know, they start throwing down on each other. That would be good. That'd be a great skit. And then have them both fall over into the stands, like out of the booth and into the stands and go wailing at each other then too. That would be funny.
Oh, that would be hilarious.
That's the sound of sizzling, dry-aged USDA Prime Wagyu and Angus steaks from UpperCutChops.com. Their best-in-class filet mignons, New York steaks, and the king of all steaks, the tomahawk and cowboy cut ribeyes are the best in the business. Even their Prime Wagyu burgers will likely be the best you've ever had. Browse the full selection of steaks and chops at UpperCutChops.com from the comfort of your home or on your mobile device. UpperCutChops.com delivers all-natural, dry-aged USDA Prime Wagyu and Angus steaks and chops directly to your door, without the hassle of going to the grocery store and fight crowds to pick from a small selection of average at best meats with injected steroids, fillers, and coloring added to look good. Find out what's for dinner at UpperCutChops.com or call 702-799-9935. That's 702-799-9935. 702-799-9935. Or make your selection directly at UpperCutChops.com.
Attention business owners, you and your customers are listening to this commercial right now. Face it, every business needs customers, even yours. The Sports Circus is a primetime nationally syndicated program that's carried on ABC, NBC, CNBC, and Westwood One News affiliates, plus CBS, Fox, and NBC sports affiliates across North America, with coverage from Hawaii to New York. Also, the Sports Circus is available to the 180 million subscribers on iHeartRadio, and the Sports Circus gets about 4 million website visitors per month, which could click through your website and bring sales. The Sports Circus provides great content featuring celebrity guests from sports and entertainment to our audience every weekday, which your company could greatly benefit from by increasing your visibility, foot traffic, eyeballs to your website, and calls from potential customers. Call us right now at 702-799-9935. Again, 702-799-9935. Or email us at info@thesportscircus.com. That's info@thesportscircus.com. Drive your sales today by advertising with the Sports.
Hello Americans, it's Uncle Sam here. If you owe $10,000 or more in back taxes to the IRS or state, don't worry. I've got important news that may help you negotiate a lower tax bill. In today's economy, the IRS has released a variety of new rules and is offering more flexible terms to help Americans looking to settle their IRS debt. If you apply today, we may be able to lift your wage garnishments and release a freeze on your bank assets or business. Our team of tax professionals can resolve your case and stop collection actions against you. Even if you've been audited or haven't filed a return in years, they can help. Call right now and find out if you qualify to settle your IRS debt for far less than what you owe. Pick up your phone right now and call us for a free $500 IRS tax review. Don't wait. Here's the number.
Don't wait. Call right now. 888-794-1630. 888-794-1630. Write it down. 888-794-1630. Again, for the last time, 888-794-1630.
Welcome back to the Sports Circus. I'm your ringmaster Sal. This segment is brought to you by the American Business Trust Company, helping your business with strategy, sales and marketing, capital resources, and establishing your company with a physical location or on the internet. You decide. You bring the idea. The American Business Trust Company can help with the rest. Visit them online at abtrustco.com. That's ABTRUSTCO, abtrustco.com, or call 657-600-1876. That's the American Business Trust Company, 657-600-1876. Call them today. They can help your business right away. And welcome back to the Sports Circus. I'm your ringmaster Sal. This segment was brought to you by them. But guess what? Now what we're going to do is we're going to welcome everybody back from iHeartRadio, Spotify, our CBS, NBC, and Fox Sports affiliates, and also those watching on Hotel Television and AMP TV. And we have a very special guest. He's been with us for the whole first segment. Guess what? He's sticking around. That would be Brian Killingsworth, Chief Marketing Officer from the Vegas Golden Knights. I have to say it that way. I always say it that way.
I like it.
I should be doing your voice work in the stadium. Yes! Very exciting. Very exciting. Okay, so we left off. We talked a little bit about the community, a little bit about geo-targeting. The business side of hockey and professional sports is something that people don't get a chance to really hear about,
right,
or let alone even get a peek in, open the shade so we can see something. What do most fans not know that they would, their jaws would drop if they knew that this actually happened? In other words, how much work goes into a particular item that maybe they say, oh, well, this is an ancillary thing. We see it every day, whatever. Let's go to a game, for example. Right? You have your street team. You have the dancers. You have the best mascot in the game, right? With more hair than me.
Yeah.
Right? We've got to get him on the show, even though he won't necessarily talk. I don't know. I just want a picture. If I have a birthday party, he's coming. But what do most fans not get a chance to learn about that you do every day? And I wouldn't say they take it for granted, but they very well could, because it's a given going on game day.
I think probably the biggest thing is we crowdsource a ton of ideas. And so that's something that we encourage fans to follow our social media platforms and provide ideas. Ideas come from anywhere. And so we are constantly trying to evolve our game day. We've gotten a lot of recognition for really transcending some of the pregame activities with our Sword in the Stone moment that we have, and really more theatrical in terms of our game day presentation. But different ideas like having showgirls that are down by the ice for warm-ups when the visiting team takes warm-ups. We've got
I love
Vegas
that one. I've
showgirls
heard some stories about that. I was distracting to the other teams. Hey,
That's
man,
exactly right. It's the wall of distraction.
That's right. Pay attention. Pay attention to what's going on the ice.
I
Right?
mean, if they're talking about it for 1 minute in the locker room after warm-ups, then we've done our job.
You know
So
damn well they are, too.
That's
You can't help it. I mean, look, if you're a guy, you're going to be looking. It is what it is.
Well, it's part of adding to the show. And so we think
Right.
there's a lot of unique elements in Vegas that we can play off of, like Blue Man Group and Cirque du Soleil that we have
Right.
during intermissions. We really try to relish the fact where they're in the entertainment capital of the world, and that's now becoming the sports and entertainment capital of the world. So how do we look for ways to create that competitive advantage on the ice and entertain our fans?
So you've been doing this for a while.
Yeah, for me personally.
Tell me a little bit more about your background.
So I've been in sports for about 18 years now. I started with the Tampa Bay Rays back when they were the Devil Rays, and they were losing 100 games a year. Then they switched to the Rays. I was a part of that transition. After my 10 years in baseball, I moved on to the St. Louis Rams. So I was with the NFL side with the Rams before they moved out to L.A., and then to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So I had a chance to go back home again. With the
So
Buccaneers.
you're from the Tampa area.
I am. I'm from the Tampa area, and then this opportunity presented itself, and for a marketer or somebody like me to start something from scratch and be a part of a true startup in sports is very rare, so I jumped at the opportunity and haven't looked back. It's been incredible.
In the entertainment capital of the world, what could be better for the marketing side?
There's nothing better, actually.
This has to be the
it's
Super
incredible.
Bowl of that arena, right?
It is. It's the most rewarding thing I've ever been a part of in my career, for sure.
But look at the franchise. They've done the right things. And we have a question that's come across from, it looks like, Randall. Can Marc-Andre Fleury keep Father Time away for one more season, or will all the miles he's put on himself since 2003 finally rear its ugly head?
He looks great in camp. That's all I can say. I can't speak to the performance of the guys. I'm more the business side, but I mean, he is an incredible athlete, and he's going to still keep plugging away. I mean, he's been phenomenal in camp. He looks in the best shape of his career. It's been really neat to see. He started last game, looked great, looked like he hadn't missed a beat, and we're excited to see him.
And his dog, Bark, is a pretty important thing in the community too. In fact, my dog, Miss Tiki LaTorch, is friends with Bark.
Oh, that's good to
yeah.
know.
Well, Bark makes his appearances around town. But yeah, no, this is great stuff. So this goes back to the community.
Yeah.
So what are the requirements maybe of I wouldn't say requirements, but what does the team want the players to do from a community standpoint? Do you help direct any of those efforts?
Yeah, I oversee that group, and it's led by Kim Frank, who is our VP of Marketing and Community Relations. And so what's great about hockey and the hockey culture is it's just ingrained in these guys. They're just really special. It's just part of the hockey culture. They want to do good for the community. They realize the platform that we have. Obviously, with 1 October, we were thrust into a responsibility to really help the community heal. And from day one, that's been part of our DNA. Our owner, Bill Foley, says it's our job to protect the unprotected, and so that's part of his mantra that we all live out on a day-to-day basis. But being present in the community, not just stroking a check, but it's actually being present and actually mobilizing in the community and helping out from a player and front office staff perspective. That's our greatest asset, is to use this platform that we have to do good.
Yeah, I like that. Folks, we're here with Chief Marketing Officer Brian. That would be Brian Killingsworth for the Vegas Golden Knights. And I love the look in that people are getting. For me, this is very beneficial as well. Look, I have a business background as well, and it's nice to be able to talk a little bit of shop behind the sport. I mean, once upon a time, I played baseball.
Right.
So I've seen the dugout side of it, and now I'm kind of getting a little taste of the back end of it, which is great.
Yep.
How many people out there really have this opportunity?
It's very rare, and if you're able to do something that you're passionate about, that you love, it doesn't really feel like a career. You just love going to work every day and making a difference and contributing.
What sport did you play?
I played baseball, actually. Played baseball the furthest. Played baseball and football in high school, and then played a couple years in the Cape Cod League in baseball. And,
Nice.
Hurt my knee and realized I wanted to still stick around in the game at some capacity,
Right.
and working in marketing for the Tampa Bay Rays was my avenue.
That's great. That's great. Okay, so let's take a step into, let's just say, around Christmas time. Around Christmas time, we have all the Christmas festivities around City National where they play, the warm-ups and so forth. Is there anything that you can kind of look into the crystal ball and tell the fans this is kind of what's coming up? You could look for something of this particular type in the future?
Well,
I know you don't want to spill the beans on it. Okay?
I know. Tease. I like the tease. Though.
Right, come on. That's what I'm getting for.
Well, Sal, you're a season ticket member, so you'll see on October 2nd we're gonna debut an all new intro video, and that's something that our creative team and Johnny Greco and his entertainment team put together. They work really hard on it. It's part of our vision of our owner. So right. Bill Foley has a vision for that, and we want to continue to amp that up from an entertainment perspective. I think what's unique that I think fans will start to see is you look around the community, you see our license plates and our bumper stickers. They're everywhere. We have 37,000 fans that have put their license plate on their car of Golden Knights, and that's incredible. I've never seen a market get behind a team like that just in 1 year. And so for us, we know that there's a hunger for our fans to really wear the Golden Knights logo and represent the team, because we know that also represents Las Vegas to them when they go out and about in the community and when they go outside of the market. So we're looking for other ways to let them wear the logo with pride. And so you'll see Golden Knights bikes, you'll see Golden Knights robes, and you'll see all these different types of avenues.
So you have a house full of Golden Knights gear.
I do. My wife doesn't love it all the time because my closet is filled up, but I give her all the prototypes so she can test them out with my kids.
So I thought you were going to wear one of those ties in here today.
I know. I have a suit too.
Really?
Yeah, I've got a Golden Knights suit. We have blazers that we sell too.
I think I've seen one of those with the bigger logos
Yep,
on it.
yep.
Yes, I have. That's good stuff. I was hoping you would kind of bring a sample with you.
I know.
That's all right.
Next time.
It's the circus, and we prove it every day. Okay, so we have how many? We've had what, 4 preseason games so
Right,
far. We've
right.
had 4 all winners. A lot of people, they tend to put a lot of stock into preseason games, but it's kind of a look and see, right?
Yeah.
So when it comes to opening night, the roster cuts, how many do you have? How many slots do we have really available right now for the local team?
Well, what's great is that there's still going to be competition. And so that's what a lot of this preseason is about. You see young guys really trying to step up and prove themselves. You got guys like Jimmy Schultz, and you got Keegan Colasar, and a lot of these young guys, Cody Glass, and it's really cool to see Dylan Coughlin, guys like this that are that fans can see the next wave of talent. I think that's what's impressive is that George McPhee and Kelly McCrimmon have established this next wave of talent that's tremendous and it's just right there chomping at the bit. So there's going to be a lot of really talented players that aren't necessarily going to make the squad out on October 2nd, but we know that next wave is coming. But it's an incredibly talented team. It's going to be a real fun season.
Right. Plus, here in the last minute, that farm team, in Chicago, the Chicago Wolves.
Yeah. I
mean, boy, they have a huge following. I know. I grew up there, and I remember going to those games. It's changed hands a bunch of times.
Yep.
It was the worst when it was St. Louis. I imagine having your arch enemy in your backyard every day. Oh, that was awful. But the fan base there is really strong, and then you're in a huge city on top of it. They draw, and they're good.
Yep.
It seems like whatever franchise owned the Wolves, they've been good. And we're talking to a Chicago audience right now on 95.9 FM and 1590 AM. But that audience there is very faithful. They spend the money. They buy the gear. There's so much Knights gear back in Chicago. It's crazy. Folks, we're going to be back here with Brian Killingsworth, Chief Marketing Officer and Senior Vice President for the Vegas Golden Knights. Back here in a few minutes. Don't go anywhere. Lots more to come.
Are you a small business owner or pursuing the dream of starting your own company? Do you know where to start or how to grow that existing business? The American Business Trust Company has the answers you need. The American Business Trust Company can help you start up with capital, business strategy, sales, and marketing, and establish your company with a physical location or an online presence on the internet. You decide. You bring the idea. Then American Business Trust can help with the rest. For a free evaluation, visit them online at abtrustco.com. That's abtrustco.com. Or call them at 657-600-1876. That's American Business Trust Company. 657-600-1876. Call them today. They'll help your business right away. That's American Business Trust Company. Online at abtrustco.com. American Business Trust Company.
Quiet, numbskulls, I'm broadcasting.
Can your IRA stand up to the next financial crisis that our top economists are saying is at our doorsteps? By allocating a percentage of your IRA into physical gold and silver with a tax-free rollover, you can diversify and safeguard your holdings from turbulent markets and economic downturns by putting your IRA back on the gold standard. Find out how to safeguard your assets with a tax-free rollover with a Genesis Gold IRA, the only IRA that can hold physical precious metals. Call now for your free gold and silver report. Protect your IRA today with one simple phone call and learn how to qualify for up to $10,000 in free silver. Call Genesis Gold Group, empowering faith-driven stewardship. 800-932-5517. 800-932-5517. 800-932-5517. That's 800-932-5517.
That's the sound of sizzling, dry-aged USDA Prime Wagyu and Angus steaks from UpperCutChops.com. Their best-in-class filet mignons, New York steaks, and the king of all steaks, the tomahawk and cowboy cut ribeyes are the best in the business. Even their Prime Wagyu burgers will likely be the best you've ever had. Browse the full selection of steaks and chops at UpperCutChops.com from the comfort of your home or on your mobile device. UpperCutChops.com delivers all-natural, dry-aged USDA Prime Wagyu and Angus steaks and chops directly to your door, without the hassle of going to the grocery store and fight crowds to pick from a small selection of average at best meats with injected steroids, fillers, and coloring added to look good. Find out what's for dinner at UpperCutChops.com or call 702-799-9935. That's 702-799-9935. 702-799-9935. Or make your selection directly at UpperCutChops.com.
Circus. I'm your ringmaster, Zell. This segment is brought to you by Kelly Vegas, helping people just like you create and host your very own radio, TV, or multimedia talk show. Kelly Vegas can help you with get out of sitting in hours of traffic every day and host your very own talk show in your very own studio. Call Kelly Vegas right now, 949-445-1119. That's 949-445-1119. Again, 949-445-1119. Or visit them at kellyvegas.com. That's CALI Vegas.com. And tell them the circus sent you. And welcome back to everybody listening in on iHeartRadio, Spotify, and our CBS, NBC, and Fox Sports affiliates from coast to coast, including our friends over in Honolulu on CBS Sports 1500 KHKA in sunny Southern California, our NBC News, CNBC Financial, and NBC Sports, and Westwood One affiliate, KCAA 106.5 FM, 102.3 FM, and 1050 AM right here in Las Vegas, KSHB 1400, home of USC football in Chicago, WCGO 1590 and 95.9 FM, our Westwood One affiliate. Big hello to all of our friends over in central Missouri in the greater Kansas City and St. Louis markets on KJPW. And also a big hello to everybody listening in Southern Alabama on Talk 1490 WIRB, also covering the Florida Panhandle, and those, of course, in Boston on WBNW. Wow, we're everywhere, 1120 and 102.9 FM. And, folks, also those people on the moon that I'm sure they can hear us as well. I'm not really sure. All right, and a big welcome back to everybody watching on AMP-TV and Hotel TV. See, sometimes I'll hesitate because I have like this mental, I'm like, yeah, that's what it is. Anyway, folks, we're here. We're back here with Brian Killingsworth, Chief Marketing Officer and Senior Vice President of the Vegas Golden Knights. All right. Excellent. So, in the break, somebody had sent a question and said, I like the Frozen t-shirt. What is the Frozen t-shirt, Brian?
So it's one of our many promotions that we do during the game, and what happens is we give fans 2 Frozen T-shirts, and it's who can compete to actually get the Frozen T-shirt on them the fastest, and they win a prize. And so
I think I've seen this.
It's pretty hilarious because people aren't used to doing it. I don't think anybody's ever really done it before they do it live in front of over 18,000 fans, but it's another fun promotion that we do. We try to engage the fans as much as possible during the game with some really crazy promotions. We do things with Top Golf has 2 oversized golf balls that we send around the arena. And
that's funny.
So we're constantly trying to look for ways to do fun things like that to make sure the fans are entertained during stops and action.
I got to tell you, the best giveaway still is the Chance bobblehead.
Oh, you love that.
There's nothing better. Look, in professional sports, I don't know of a better mascot.
Well, we appreciate that. Chance took some hits when we first debuted him, and just like Gritty, same kind of thing. The reaction, when people first see it in social media, the reaction is a little bit rough, but you realize that Chance, and once you actually see him do his craft at T-Mobile Arena, and more importantly in the community with kids, you see that he's probably the best mascot in the NHL. He really goes above and beyond. He does a bunch of skits. He's funny. He's active. He's out in the community, in the hospitals, visiting kids. He's tremendous.
I thought I saw, I believe it was early last season, where there was the Kings mascot, the Sharks mascot, Chance was there. There was like maybe 7 or 8 of them or something. Yeah. What was that all about?
I think it was at the All-Star game. And so every All-Star game at the NHL, whether last year was in San Jose, this year will be in St. Louis, the year before that it was in Tampa, they all get together and have a little mascot convention. It's pretty funny to see. They've got group pictures. They do community events around the All-Star City. And so I think that's what that was that you're referring to. But they all have a good time. They cut it up.
So what has been the most successful marketing campaign? And I'm not saying in terms of dollars, but in terms of public opinion that you've done since you've been with the club.
I think it's really getting to our roots when we first launched because, a lot of organizations and sports teams try to come up with disposable taglines every year, right? I
see that.
When I was with the Rays, it was heart and hustle one year when the team was losing 100 games, and it just, they fall flat. So we said when we launched, we wanted to really celebrate the fact we're the first major professional sports franchise in Vegas, and we are truly Vegas born. And so you see Vegas born and what that really means to people. That means different things. It means you are truly born in Vegas, or that means you're here now and maybe your kids were born in Vegas, or the fact you're just celebrating the fact that you're here when the team was born. And so it means something to people. And so we've kept that for 3 seasons. We'll continue to reinforce that. We've got different executions off of that. Our players use it. We do a hospital program with Summerlin Hospital where every kid that's born in our hospitals gets a Vegas-born onesie. So that's the
that's
first
great.
article of clothing that
I didn't
they
know
wear.
that.
Pretty neat.
I love it.
Right from birth, we try to attract the fandom.
So you're indoctrinating them right out of the womb.
Yep, that's the way to do it.
That's how you have to do it, though.
Yeah, we feel that's a big program that for us, Vegas-born means something. It's emotional.
Now, are there any programs with any of the middle schools and the high schools? What is happening with that side of things?
Carly Sisolak works on our team, and she does a tremendous job. She's got a great relationship with the Clark County School District. So we are actually really, really proud of the fact that we help shape the curriculum and the PE programs in our school district. And so we're able to reach over 200,000 kids with the Golden Knights messaging by providing sticks and hockey gear for street hockey for these kids. Every middle and elementary school kid that goes through the Clark County School District is learning the game of hockey and learning how to become a more well-rounded person because of the tenets that hockey provides, whether it's character building, hard work, dedication. So every kid is actually getting exposed to the Golden Knights that way through this program. We're really proud of it.
So speak to the reach of the Vegas Golden Knights outside of this city. And I'll give you an example. So George McPhee came on about a week or so ago, and he was nice enough to go take the effort to go visit some friends of mine that were from Edmonton.
Yeah.
Right? So we have Golden Knights fans up in Edmonton, which is fantastic,
Yeah.
right? But he took the time to go see him or whatever, at least, stop by and try to introduce himself, whatever. What I'm saying is, how does the club, from a marketing standpoint, how do you reach into other markets, for example, in Southern California?
Right. Well, I mean, I would actually broaden that even. We've got a 7-state region that is part of our TV territory with AT&T Sportsnet. It's the largest TV territory in the NHL from a U.S. perspective.
Mm-hmm.
So what we're trying to do is we do different road trips throughout the off season, and it's called the VGK Road Trip, where we visit 6 states and do community events and youth hockey programming at these outer markets. Mm-hmm. But we've grown in year 1. It was incredible to see a brand that started as a local brand, truly Vegas-born. We were really trying to focus on creating that local affiliation. Almost 90% of our season ticket members are local. Mm-hmm. We noticed that overnight we became a global sensation because of the run to the playoffs. And so for us, how do we capitalize on that? We found out that fans in over 100 different countries had purchased Golden Knights gear during that first year. So we actually launched a program called VGK Worldwide. And if you go to VGKWorldwide.com, you can see a map of the world, and you can actually see pin drops of fans from all over the world that have become part of our VGK Worldwide platform. Our goal with this is to use Facebook to connect people all around the world so that if you're living in China, you drop your pin there and you realize that, oh, your neighbor's a Golden Knights fan that also lives right down the street that you might not have known, but now you know, and you're connected through this golden thread of the Golden Knights. It's
Cool.
pretty
So you're
powerful.
creating your own, I wouldn't say intranet, but it's kind of like your own web within the web.
Exactly. It's like a worldwide fan club for sure.
Wow, that's fantastic. Okay, so going into enemy territory, whatever that may be, how are you grabbing a fan base? Pick your favorite team. It doesn't matter. Let's do this. Let's just say St. Louis because
Okay.
we can, right?
Yep.
How do we convert some of those poor souls that have a blue note on their shirts? How do we convert them over to our gear?
Well, I mean, they're probably going to be celebrating this year after the Stanley Cup run. But no, from our perspective, it's continued to be the dominant game day atmosphere. And so we noticed that a lot of visiting fans want to come to Vegas when their team plays Vegas because that's their one road trip that they circle on the calendar.
Right.
So when they come and visit us, they see that the atmosphere at T-Mobile Arena and the energy that our fans bring is unlike any other fans in the league. So they realize that maybe they're a fan of the Blues, a lifelong fan. Maybe they're born in St. Louis, but their second favorite
But they
team
leave a
is
piece
the
of
Golden
them.
Knights.
Right, they leave a piece of them. That's what happened to the people I know over in Edmonton, but they converted. Now they're just Golden Knights fans,
I
period.
love to hear that. I mean, that's the long-term goal there for sure.
Right, so you take those people, look, it's the old I left my heart in San Francisco thing, but I
Yeah.
left it in Las Vegas.
You'll love it.
Along with all my money and everything else, right, hopefully. But no, nonetheless, what I find as a season ticket holder, I find that I don't want to sell my tickets.
Yeah, that's
I
good.
want to go to those games. And I go to my games
Yeah.
because the excitement is there. And even amongst the community, even whether it's going to the practice facility, it doesn't matter. People are excited. They're generally excited about this club right here. And I think that really speaks to the work that you're doing, Brian, over there in the offices.
Well, thank you. I mean, really, it's all a testament to the community. Like you said, I mean, season ticket members like yourself, they realize that they make a difference. The energy, the excitement, the amped up levels. We call it nighttime, as you know,
Yes.
the 30 minutes before puck drop. And our fans, all of them are in their seats at nighttime, which is incredible. No other market will you be in an arena where fans are there 30 minutes early in their seats, cheering like crazy. And you have a visiting player that skates out and sees that, they're going to be overwhelmed. It is just unbelievable, the atmosphere, the energy that this community brings.
Right, and it is. And the funny thing is, folks, here in our last minute, it's the best time to go to concession is maybe 15 minutes before, because everybody has everything that they want, and they don't want to miss when the stadium blacks out and they hit the screen, and then the theatrics on the ice, the mayhem, the crowd roars. It's very exciting, folks. If you haven't been to a game, get your ass over there and go see a game, because this guy over here is doing a great job. The community's doing a great job in supporting the Vegas Golden Knights. And when we come back, well, here we have a question. I'm going to let you think about this.
All right.
Somebody says, how do we get Sal to sing the national anthem? Seriously? It's not happening. Back here in a few minutes on the Sports Circus with Brian Killingsworth. Don't go anywhere. Lots more to come. Now, face it, every business needs customers, even yours. The Sports Circus is a primetime, nationally syndicated program that's carried on ABC, NBC, CNBC, and Westwood One News affiliates, plus CBS, Fox, and NBC sports affiliates across North America, with coverage from Hawaii to New York. Also, the Sports Circus is available to the 180 million subscribers on iHeartRadio, and the Sports Circus gets about 4 million website visitors per month, which could click through your website and bring sales. The Sports Circus provides great content featuring celebrity guests from sports and entertainment to our audience every weekday, which your company could greatly benefit from by increasing your visibility, foot traffic, eyeballs to your website, and calls from potential customers. Call us right now at 702-799-9935. Again, 702-799-9935. Or email us at info@thesportscircus.com. That's info@thesportscircus.com. Drive your sales today by advertising with the Sports.
So, you want to be in show business. Do people tell you that you're really funny, you have a great personality, and you should have your own talk show? Many of us have been told that, but we don't know how to get started. It's easier than you think. Let the pros at Cali Vegas give you a free talent evaluation. Call 949-445-1119 and learn how quickly you can create, produce, and host your very own talk show. Imagine not having to sit in traffic every day, commuting back and forth to the same old boring job. Get started in television or radio today with your free talent evaluation from Cali Vegas. Call 949-445-1119 or visit them online at calivegas.com. Make your dream come true today and create your new career and learn how to become a television or radio star with the help of Cali Vegas. 949-445-1119. Call now.
That's the sound of sizzling, dry-aged USDA Prime Wagyu and Angus steaks from UpperCutChops.com. Their best-in-class filet mignons, New York steaks, and the king of all steaks, the tomahawk and cowboy cut ribeyes are the best in the business. Even their Prime Wagyu burgers will likely be the best you've ever had. Browse the full selection of steaks and chops at UpperCutChops.com from the comfort of your home or on your mobile device. UpperCutChops.com delivers all-natural, dry-aged USDA Prime Wagyu and Angus steaks and chops directly to your door, without the hassle of going to the grocery store and fight crowds to pick from a small selection of average at best meats with injected steroids, fillers, and coloring added to look good. Find out what's for dinner at UpperCutChops.com or call 702-799-9935. That's 702-799-9935. 702-799-9935. Or make your selection directly at UpperCutChops.com.
Hey, this is Tommy John, and you're listening to the Sports Circus.
Hey, everybody, this is Barry Katz from the Industry Standard Podcast, and you're listening to the Sports Circus with Sal Tuzzolino.
Welcome back to the Sports Circus. This is Brian Killingsworth with the Vegas Golden Knights. I'm here with my special guest, Sal, and we're trying to get Sal to sing the national anthem at a Golden Knights game. What do you think?
I think you're a funny guy. That would be the chief marketing officer for the Vegas Golden Knights. Welcome back to the Sports Circus. I'm your ringmaster, Sal, and of course, that would be our host for today. That was Brian. A great job from you, of course, and a great job from the club, by the way, too. And welcome back to everybody listening in on iHeartRadio, Spotify, and our CBS, NBC, and Fox Sports affiliates from coast to coast, as well as those watching on Hotel TV and AMP TV. All right, so Brian, where do we leave off? What were we talking about in break?
Yeah, it's just been also riveting. I don't remember.
Heckling fans.
Okay, there you go.
Heckling fans.
So, I think from our perspective, we love our fans making a difference. And, I've been really impressed with our fans are really respectful. Visiting teams come in, and our fans are very hockey knowledgeable. And from the start, they've known the rhythm of a hockey game, so they know little nuances of when to cheer, when not to cheer. They know the rules of the game, and you see just a general respect level. So when the visiting teams come in, they know they're going to get some good-natured ribbing, but it's not going to be a hostile environment where they feel threatened at all. And I'm really proud of the fact that our fans feel that way, and so it becomes this great playoff-like atmosphere without being over the top.
I like the fact that they hold people up in the aisles, so you can't go back and forth while the puck is in play.
Yeah.
The one thing that drives every game watcher, every viewer, if you ever sit in the seats, you know what I'm saying? When they get up and they stand up in the middle and they're just talking amongst themselves like, hey, there's a hockey game going on, folks.
We have little sticks that say halt.
I like that.
When the puck's in play. And, for those that haven't been to a game, like Sal said, we encourage everybody to come. But what's really impressive is it's a family atmosphere. And a lot of people think, oh, Vegas, how can you be family friendly? Well, we are. We're built, our culture is on the night, and we're all about the night culture and showcasing that and what that means. And so it is a family environment. Midweek games, you'll see even when school's back in session, tons of kids there. They're having a blast. And so we really encourage all families. It's a respectful environment at T-Mobile Arena. It's just a fun time.
There are as many kids there as you would see at the amusement park. I mean, really, it's kind of like an amusement park for everybody.
It is.
Wouldn't you agree?
All ages. You've got something for everybody. You've got the Hyde Lounge if you want to have an upscale type of singles environment if you want. It's a great spot. We've also we encourage kids to go down low to get a chance to actually hold their posters up and get on TV, get on Nitron, to go actually see the warm-ups up close. Fans of all ages. One of the things that really makes me proud is to see generations of fans. Mm-hmm. So whether it's grandpa, grandma, father, son, there's just great generational fandom that's growing here in Vegas. And fans are passing along their excitement of hockey and their knowledge of hockey on to their kids, and it's really great to see.
I love the drum line that's put in there.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite things. That, of course, chants and the drum line. Those are my two favorite things.
Yeah, they're tremendous. We took a step back. I think part of the unique thing about starting something from scratch is you can take ideas from everywhere. And so a lot of us came from other different organizations that work on the business side of the front office. And, we just basically put up a blank canvas and said, what have we always wanted to do that have never had a chance to do with the organizations we've been a part of? And we just threw stuff on the wall and saw what sticks. And one of the things was creating an atmosphere and a hype around the start of the game and when we open up gates. And so we create this incredible parade that goes from New York, and really has the drum line and all of our VGK cast, we call them, as they march down to the fortress, which is what we call T-Mobile Arena, and they enter and invade the arena. And then that night line actually ends up playing a big role in the pregame festivities and throughout the game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. For me, one of the most exciting sporting events, period, that I love to go to is college football.
Yep.
Right? You have the big band, you have the chaos in the seats, you have the mascots. This kind of reminds me of college football in an enclosed arena.
Yeah. It's game time, right? That's what gets you stoked and ready for the game. And so that nightline makes a tour all the way around the arena a couple times before the game. And actually people camp out because they know when the nightline's coming through. And it's like the official start of their game day experience. And so it adds a lot to the environment, but we take it to the next level. Is they've got, they're illuminated, right? They've got the glasses, the drums are illuminated. So it's like this sci-fi looking.
Well, it's Vegas, right? This is exactly what we have to have in Vegas.
Total Vegas.
So not only a drum line, but it's a lit up drum line. They have the dance crew, right? Even the team that's out there clearing the ice.
Yep. We've got the Knights Guard. We give every one of these promotional teams names. So it's the Knights Guard that actually cleans that. We've got the Golden Aces that actually are a promo team that are dancing in between periods and things like that. And then we've got the Vegas Vivas that they're part of our in-game talent. So for us, it's how do we create that energy from start to finish when there's a downtime in the arena where most teams just go dark and let fans go to the concession stands.
Right.
We amp it up. We want the atmosphere and the energy and excitement level for you to walk away saying, wow, I was entertained, win or loss.
Right.
I was entertained. I saw Blue Man Group. I saw Cirque du Soleil during intermissions. That's our goal, is that every time you come to T-Mobile Arena, you'll be entertained.
So what have you added this year? Or can you tell anything?
There's a lot of things. We like to hold it back until the home opener, but
Come on, man. Give me something, man. You're killing me here.
no, you got to get there early for the home opener.
Right.
We do some fun things. We lay down a gold carpet for on October 2nd, and it becomes a fashion show. So all of our players are
Nice.
wearing their newest suits, and a lot of them have like special designs on the lining of their suits, and they're wearing their top notch.
I was
but
expecting you to
it's
wear one
Vegas. I've got it, but I'm saving it for October 2nd.
That's great. All right, so we're just we're just what 10 days away?
Yeah,
9
it's
days
coming,
away?
yeah.
9 days away.
Yep.
So how does the marketing team, better yet, how many months back or even years back, how far do we go back? Do we look and say, all right, opening day is coming up.
Yep.
We have to do this because we're 3 months away or whatever. How far in advance are you preparing from the marketing side? Because from the business side, again, we need to know this just because we can. We're talking on a news channel as well as sports, right?
Yeah, right.
How far do you think in advance and work in advance towards these events? Like a
Well,
special circle the calendar.
Yeah, I think for us, it's like the rhythm of a lot of organizations and a lot of businesses. You know, we do a lot of our planning starts during the middle of the season. So it's like in January, February, we start looking at the next calendar year. We start looking at what promotions we want to do. We start laying out the business plans. We start laying out the budgeting process, some of the new things we want to try. So that's happening midstream as we're playing. And then we start really focusing on it as we get into March and April. And, hopefully we can play all the way into June and play the last game. And we've got a plan fully baked out. So when the off season hits, it's more about how do we put the finishing touches on everything, because during the season, you're just executing all the plans that you work the off season on. And so for us, we're like right at that tipping point before October 2nd, where everything's about to flood down and everything we've been working on the off season is about to be realized. And that's the exciting part.
When does the All-Star game come here?
We hope pretty soon. I mean, we know it's going to be in St. Louis this next year. We think that obviously the league has an appetite for it. They've seen what an incredible market. The NHL awards are here every year, and so we think that there's a chance in the foreseeable future for sure.
So I'm going to guess, 3 years? Come on, man. I'm going to get something out of you.
Put it out there.
3 years. I'm going to say 3 years. We think about new teams, new stadiums. I mean, even with our football club coming here,
Yep.
which is not really homegrown, but they're going to have the Super Bowl probably inside of 5 years.
Yeah, I mean, they've got the NHL draft coming here next year. I think that's going to be great for Vegas.
That's exciting.
Yeah. Obviously I spent 5 years in the NFL, so I know the power of that brand. And
Right.
we're really excited on the Golden Knights side because what this is doing in making this even more of a robust sports and entertainment market, it's now going to become the sports and entertainment capital of the world. And we really feel that way. The Raiders are going to amplify the area for sure, and there's room for both. I mean, it's interesting to see. People have different opinions on that. This is an amazing market, but it's the beauty of this market is it's two markets in one. You have the locals, which, with 2.3 million people that live in Vegas, but then you also have the tourists where 43 million come here every year. So you've got this great market. Nobody else has a market like this, and it's special.
Okay, so last question. Is there room for one more pro team if there is basketball or baseball?
My personal opinion? Well, I'm hoping baseball because I've, that was the sport I played. But I definitely think there's room for another. I think we're not at that saturation point yet. I think look at what the Aviators were able to do, leading the minor leagues in attendance. It's just been incredible to see. So our locals that live here, you combine that with some of the tourists that are coming in, there's room for growth.
Okay, in the last 20 seconds, tell everybody how to follow you, how to follow the team, et cetera, and so forth. Plug it up.
Yeah, definitely follow us, VegasGoldenKnights.com. That's the best avenue for everything. Go to VGKWorldwide.com to see that interactive map. And if you haven't been to T-Mobile yet, look forward to seeing you there soon.
Get over there, folks, and make sure you check out the Vegas Golden Knights. And make sure you tell them the circus sent you. Brian, thanks for joining us today. Always a pleasure. And wow, folks, make sure you check them out. And if you missed any part of this show, go to the sportscircus.com, click the podcast link, and make sure you follow today's show. All right, for Brian Killingsworth, I am your Ringmaster Sal, and we'll see you next time right here on the Circus. Until then, so long, everyone.
Quiet, numbskulls, I'm broadcasting.
I can't get a word in edgeways. Talk, talk, talk. But no wonder you're not sharp. You gotta always, I say you gotta always listen. Shut up!
Quiet, numbskulls, I'm broadcasting. Now listen, Grapehead. I'll explain it so even you can understand. Satan! Don't you give me none of your back talk.
Wow. This has got to end someplace.
Attention business owners, you and your customers are listening to this commercial right now. Face it, every business needs customers, even yours. The Sports Circus is a primetime nationally syndicated program that's carried on ABC, NBC, CNBC, and Westwood One News affiliates, plus CBS, Fox, and NBC sports affiliates across North America with coverage from Hawaii to New York. Also, the Sports Circus is available to the 180 million subscribers on iHeartRadio, and the Sports Circus gets about 4 million website visitors per month, which could click through your website and bring sales. The Sports Circus provides great content featuring celebrity guests from sports and entertainment to our audience every weekday, which your company could greatly benefit from by increasing your visibility, foot traffic, eyeballs to your website, and calls from potential customers. Call us right now at 702-799-9935. Again, 702-799-9935, or email us at info@thesportscircus.com. That's info@thesportscircus.com. Drive your sales today by advertising with the Sports Circus.
KCAA Loma Linda, 1050 AM, 106.5 FM, and now 102.3 FM.